Hello my lovelies and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mahsa and today I'm doing a bit of a sit down chit chatty video because I've decided to do a business revamp and I'm gonna do a series of it on here for you guys so you can see what I'm doing and why I'm doing it and give you guys a real insight in the struggles of having a small business, but I'm gonna explain all of that. So, I have a cup of tea. It's very hot, I'm gonna put it down because I've just burnt myself. And let's get into the video. So, first things first, I started this business during the pandemic in 2020. And I started the business because I needed an income because all my acting work had gone absolutely out of the window. Theatres had closed down, tours had closed down, and I needed a way to make money basically. So I started this business and I made a lot of mistakes at the beginning, and if you haven't seen the video, I highly recommend checking out the top 5 mistakes that I made when I was starting up my wax melt business video, because I go into huge detail about all the things that I did very wrong. So I would highly recommend you guys go and check that out. But I made a lot of mistakes and a lot of things that I wish I could have done differently, and I spent a lot of money, and that didn't set me up in the best way possible going forward with this business. Now, I never intended for this business to become my full-time job. At no point was that my intention, and it's most definitely not my intention right now. My purpose for having this business is so that I can have an almost guaranteed, not necessarily fully guaranteed, but almost guaranteed amount of income every month where I know I've got that coming in so that that covers my necessities, and I've got my acting work on top of that because that's my main goal and that's what I'm here to do. That's my full-time job and that's what I love doing. Not that I don't love doing wax melts, but my main passion is the acting stuff. So I never intended for the business to be a full-time business. However, what I did think would happen was that I would be making some money from it, and weirdly enough, that's not currently happening. And that is mostly my own fault because I haven't been putting in enough time for it, or any time at all. It's very difficult if you're in rehearsals to put in any time for anything else, and if you're doing shows or if you're going up and down the country, it's difficult to put in time for something like this. I also haven't been making any new products or anything like that. And that comes down to me not wanting to put any more money into the business because it hasn't been making money for me the way that I needed it to. So I'm very reluctant to put any money into it going forward. And that's where we are currently at. So at the minute, the business isn't making me any money. It's in fact losing me money because I'm not making enough from it per month to cover the expenses that I've got going out each month. So at the minute, it's losing me money. And that is why I've decided to do a business revamp. Now, my logic and my plan going forward is that I'm going to spend the rest of the year up until January, February time, probably, really putting in a lot of effort and trying to make this business the best that it can possibly be. And if I make enough money from it, and if I see that it's ticking over, so my main point is that I don't want to make like bucket loads of money from it. I want to see that it's ticking over each month, and that each month I've got a little amount of money coming in so that it covers the expenses and I've got some extra left over for me. That's the main goal. So my plan is to spend maybe about 6 months doing that, putting in the time, the effort, making sure the marketing's on point, and all that good stuff. And if it gets to a point where it is ticking over, then wonderful, I will continue. And if I don't see a big change in it, I think it's going to be time to basically wrap it up and maybe try something else, because if you've put in the time and effort and it's still not working, then I would much rather put my time and effort into something else that I know has more chance of working than something that isn't. And I'm always really honest with you guys about the struggles of having a small business and what to do, what not to do, what's going on. So I'm gonna take you all along while I try to do this big revamp process. So I'm moving my studio / office. If you saw my very first ever wax melt related video that I made, which was the studio tour, I'll link it up here for you guys. If you saw that, you'll know that my wax melt studio was in the tiny little box room that we have in our house. Now, I'm not prepared to put in the money and the commitment required to get a separate space. However, we've decided to turn the second bedroom into a joint office wax melt studio space instead and clear out the little room. So it's a bigger space to work in, and in theory we should have more room for storage, but I'm not sure how practical that's going to be. So I've already started the process of moving the stuff across. As you can see, everything's a bit of a mess behind me because I haven't finished. And also you're getting a sneak peek because you'll be getting a video of me moving everything and struggling to build furniture very soon. So we're moving the office. The other thing that I've already done to start this process is that I've put a big old discount on everything on the website. And my logic behind that is that I want to shift as much of the old product as I can so that I've got more money to invest in the new products that I want to do. Speaking of new products, I'm going to be launching some Halloween wax melts very soon, which I'm very excited about. So we'll be getting some Halloween stuff. We're also going to be getting some Christmas stuff very soon in November. And I'm currently in the process of trying to figure out the logistics of how to combine my love of reading and seeing how that would work, like, legally, to start making some bookish products. I'm super excited about that. Like, I am beyond excited, and I'm just desperately hoping that it's going to work out. I'm also going to be trying out different platforms for selling the product. So I obviously have my website, and I'm looking into more in-person markets, particularly going into Christmas, because that's the absolute peak for market times, as well as a few other bits and bobs which I'm not going to tell you now. I'm very excited to learn more about them and try them out and share my findings with you guys. So if you are a small business out there and you are struggling, just know that you're not alone. Other small businesses are struggling as well. I know on social media and online it can sometimes seem like everyone else is doing really well except for you. And I just wanted to make this video and make this series so that you know that you're not alone, and running a small business is really dang difficult. Like, it's a lot of work and sometimes it doesn't work out, and that's okay. So that's why I wanted to do this series. I'm gonna take you guys along for the ride. It's also good for me to document the process so that whichever way it goes in the end, I can look back and say, okay, I tried everything that I possibly could have, and this is how it went. So if you want to join me on this journey, then hit the subscribe button down below. I'm aiming for getting brand new videos out to you guys weekly about how this whole process is going and all that really fun stuff. It is going to be mostly vlog style videos rather than sitting down talking videos, I think, because it's going to be just a lot of chaoticness of me trying to figure out what I'm doing, basically. So if that sounds like something you want to do and you want to come with me on this journey, then hit the subscribe button down below. If you liked this video, give it a big old thumbs up. And if you have any ideas or suggestions or things you want me to try during this revamping process, then put them in the comments down below and I will definitely check it out and see how it's going, and I will take all the help I can get, basically. So thank you guys so much for watching this video and coming on this journey with me, and I will see you guys in the next one where we'll get into the finger things for real. So bye!